Alright, B-Bay40 back with Zombie Uprising video. This time we're covering the guns of Tier 2. And there's only 6 guns total in this tier. You have the 5 main guns and the 1 backup gun, which is the M1911 pistol. No RPG in this one. So, as you can see from the stacking of the chart here, the rifle, again, came in first place. Since it's so strong compared to the other guns, it had very slow reload speeds, very slow fire rate, minimal capacity of ammo, but very, very strong gun. Took down most of the zombies with just one shot. Even one of the armored zombies it would take down with one shot. I think like the pinheads took 3 shots to take it down. But anyway, the way I rated these guns, if you haven't seen the first video, I'll go over it again in this one. The other video for Tier 1 I've already done. And the primary factor I looked at when considering the how good a gun is how much damage the bullets do. And these numbers come right off the charts that you get when you look at the gun in the game. If you were to click on the gun, once you get it selected, if you click on the gun, it pops up a little chart in the bottom right corner of your screen. It'll show you the statistics. It'll show you bullet damage. It'll show you ammo capacity. It'll give you a reload speed and a fire rate. And those are the 4 factors I used in my chart here. The difficult part was giving them a proper rating or a proper weighting in the chart so that they are accounted for in a fair manner. So I played around with the chart and played around with these ratings several times, shifted them around here and there, and finally decided to go with this. It may not be the best choice, but it works for me. And looking at the charts and looking at the final results of this, I was kind of in agreement, even though I was disappointed with some of the results. I still had to say, yeah, based on all the factors, this is where the guns actually fall, how they actually stack up. So the first thing I looked at was bullet damage, as I said. And that's really the most important thing, because you want your guns to do the most damage and kill the zombies as soon as possible, as quick as possible. So, and the way I rated it is I simply took the number given from the game in the chart that shows up in the right corner. I took that number and divided it by 5. So in the case of the large gun, the rifle, it had a rating of like 138. So when you divide that by 5, it came out to what you see in the chart there of 27. So pretty much this one factor put the L96 rifle at the top of the chart. Now, second place came in the MP7, which I wasn't really surprised, because when I used it, I thought, this was a pretty good gun. It was very fast fire rate, lots of ammo, and relatively strong compared to the other guns. So I thought it was well, actually the strength was only, I think, like 11, but it had so much ammo and it had such a quick fire rate. And reload speed was average. But these factors put it at number 2 in this chart. And actually, if you go to the very end of the video here, I stacked both Tier 1 and Tier 2 guns together in one chart. And it turns out that MP7's like number 4 out of 16 guns so far. It's really a decent gun. If I were to select any gun from the Tier 2, I would pick this one, the MP7. Now, the other factors I considered in this chart, as I was saying, ammo capacity. And that's what helped MP7 to number 2 spot. But even the PKP, with a lot of ammo, talking 600 rounds total, it was just, bullet damage was very low. Only 3 came in. Reload speed was extremely slow. It was more than 6 seconds. Now, the way I factor reload speed is I considered a scale of 0 to 5 for points. and then wherever it fell in that scale, I would double it. So like the M1911 pistol reloaded at 1.5 seconds, 1.5 seconds to reload it. So it ended up with a 9. Now my scale, if it ended up with a 1 second or less, it would get a 10. If it was 2 seconds, it would get an 8. So the pistol falling at 1.5 came in at 9. And the others all fell according along that chart. The L96 rifle actually took almost 5.6 seconds to reload, so it just squeezed in there with a rating of 1 for reload speed. And the others, the machine guns, all kind of average speed. They're all like 3 to 3.5 seconds. Not really great, so that's why they fell in about the middle of the scale there. But their fire rates were high, so that's what put all the machine guns up above the pistol. But unfortunately, the PKP was just, even its fire rate was slower than the others. And the only good thing it had going for it was the ammo capacity. So unfortunately, it just did not do very good. So anyway, other factors I considered, like I was talking about, there was the fire rate. Fire rate's really important because it helps you to, killing the zombies with more and more rounds. So the quicker a gun can fire, sometimes it's the better, unless it's really a very, very strong gun like the L96 Rifle. So that's why the pistols, even though I kind of like some of these pistols, this M1911 pistol is actually weaker than the Tier 1 pistol, the M9 pistol. It came in at lower rating. It has less ammo, I think similar reload speed at 1.5 seconds, about the same fire rate, but less ammo. So it fell in actually lower than the Tier 1 M9 pistol. Now in fire rate, all I did was simply, the chart for the gun gives you the basic fire rate. Like for instance, the AUG A3 has a fire rate of 700 rounds per minute, and all I do is take that fire rate and divide it by 100 and give it a number. The MP7 was an extremely fast fire rate, 950 rounds per minute. And that's what boosted it to number 2 in the chart, what really helped it get up there. Very, very fast fire rate. That's why I thought it was a very good gun, because it really was taking down zombies quicker than the other machine guns. And I did the same thing with ammo capacity. With ammo capacity, I simply took the total amount of ammo, which is the ammo when it was papped. When the gun's papped, it doubles the ammo in the chamber, but it doesn't do anything to the reserve ammo. So this is just your basic starting reserve ammo plus papped ammo in the chamber, or in the clip, I should say. And I took that number and just divided by 100 to give it a rating. And of course, when we start getting to higher and higher tiers, you'll see guns with more and more ammo, and they'll get higher and higher ratings because of that. Because basically, these are the factors you need to survive in the game. You need a strong gun. The bullet damage is a big factor in taking down zombies. The fire rate is a big factor. The amount of ammo that you carry around is a big factor. You don't want to be running out of ammo in the game. And I've actually had problems, especially if you get into the boss rounds. Either the boss with the big boss zombie comes in, or the mountain fortress. You just got a horde of zombies constantly coming at you. And you don't want to be caught reloading your gun with all these zombies coming after you. You could end up being killed that way. So reload speed actually is an important factor that could lead to either surviving or not, getting caught by a bunch of zombies and not being able to shoot them because you're still reloading your gun. So that's why I give this a factor in this chart, or add it to the chart. Anyway, this is how the guns fell for Tier 2. And now I'm going to go through each gun and show you how they fire, how they operate, and show them in action. Starting with the bottom of the chart and working my way up. So the first gun you're going to see will be the PKP. So starting off with the PKP, you can see it has it says it has relative strength at 15, a lot of ammo, and a very, very slow reload speed, unfortunately. But a very disappointing gun overall. You'll see as I use it here in the game, you would expect, you know, a big, badass looking gun like this to have a lot of power and really be able to take down the zombies, but it just doesn't do it. It doesn't have the power it should have. And I don't understand why the developers did this, because this should be a very powerful gun. I really think the damage should be up in the 30s, at least, for a gun that is this, you know, big and impressive looking. But it's very disappointing. It's only at 14. And the reload speed, you can see, just it takes forever. And you'll see how it affects you playing this game, because I'm wanting to protect other players or revive other players, and I can't do it like this kid here. I just revived him. I can't protect him now because I've run out of ammo, and it takes over 6 seconds to reload the damn gun, which is you know, and by the time I get it reloaded and get back around to him, he's down already again. I couldn't take down the zombies around him to protect him in time because I spent so much time reloading the gun. And this is what I don't like. That's why I put the reload speed in the chart and use it as a factor in rating the guns, because sometimes it's important to be able to reload your guns as quick as you can. So overall, unfortunately, this gun, which looks really impressive, turned out to be not impressive at all, unfortunately. It's at the bottom of the chart, mainly due to reload speed being so slow and ammo not being as strong as it should be, considering the type of gun that it is. They should have given more damage to this gun, to the ammo. But I'm going to go ahead and get it papped now, and you'll see it'll double the ammo in the chamber, which helps. It gives you 200 rounds in the chamber now, but still only the 400 in reserve. I'm sorry, 500 in reserve. So the benefit to this, obviously, is you can just keep shooting and shooting and shooting until the zombies finally drop. And it does take an awful lot of rounds because it's a relatively lower fire rate. You can't fire as many bullets as the other machine guns, and they're not that strong. Even though you increase the damage by 50%, it still doesn't seem like it did much of anything. They still seem to be very weak because it's taken an awful lot of rounds to bring the zombies down. So that's it for this guy. We're going to move on to the secondary pistol now, the M1911. And you can see it has a very quick reload rate of 1.5 seconds, a damage of 23. I mean, that's 10 points higher, or 9 points higher than that PKP, I'm sorry. Which doesn't make sense that this little pistol would be that much stronger than a big machine gun like that. But it is, anyway. But it's still not as strong as the M9 from Tier 1. It doesn't hold as much ammo. The M9 holds 10 rounds, I believe. And this guy only holds 7 in the chamber. And it has less in reserve. And it's only 1 point stronger. I think the M9 was 22, damage was rated at 22. And this one's rated at 23. So, a higher tier gun, but a weaker gun compared to the same secondary pistol that you can buy in Tier 1. Well, actually, it's given to you for free in Tier 1. It's a starter pistol. And it's stronger than this Tier 2 pistol. So, and it is, it's really not very effective until you get it papped up when you double the ammo in the chamber, which helps a lot when you get twice as much ammo that you can shoot before reloading. But the reload being as quick as it is, you hardly even notice, really. See, the reload there is just very quick, and you got a full clip back again. But it would be nice to have more ammo so you just keep shooting and killing zombies. The one thing I noticed in this game is that it doesn't matter what gun you're carrying around, your speed doesn't seem to be affected at all by the gun you carry. If if you've ever played recoil zombies, you'll notice that some of the bigger, heavier guns slow you down. You can't run as fast. But this game doesn't seem to matter which gun you're carrying around. You all seem to run at the same speed all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and get it papped. It'll give me more ammo in the chamber. I now have 14 in the clip. And supposedly it adds another 50% of strength, so it bumps it up to about 24, 25. I'm sorry, about 34, 35 on the damage. And you can see, if you notice, it's taking zombies down. 2 shots now, 1, 2, down. That one took 3. 2 on that skeleton. So it takes 2 to 4 shots for most of these zombies and they go down. Which is a lot more than I can say for the PKP. So it's for, you know, low level gun. It's fairly strong. But if you want to choose a secondary pistol, if you only made it to tier 2, then I would recommend an M9 from tier 1. And here's the first machine gun. It's the QBB. Again, 650 round per minute speed, 3.6 seconds reload, damage of 14. You know, the tier 1 guns only had damage of like 11 or 12, and we're seeing now, here, tier 2, we're seeing damage of 14 in some of these machine guns. A little bit better, but still not very strong. And you can see it's still taking a lot of rounds to take down the zombies. Now, you can also buy, you know, with any of these guns, you can go in and purchase more ammo capacity. If you go into the mods, before you enter the game, if you go into mods, you can increase ammo capacity. You can also increase your bullet damage by selecting maybe armor-piercing bullets. And most of these extra mods that you can buy, they cost like between 2,000 and 4,000 or 5,000 game dollars to increase the capacity of the gun or the damage of the bullets. And I've done this with my favorite guns. The guns that I really like, I'll go in and I'll purchase armor-piercing bullets, which supposedly will penetrate these armored zombies a little bit better, kill them quicker. And I also get extra capacity if it's a low-level gun without a lot of ammo. I'll purchase the extra capacity for the gun, so I have more ammo and increase my chances of not running out of ammo during a round. But you see it, I mean, that pinhead armored zombie right there, it took almost 3 full clips, almost 90 rounds to take that guy down finally, which is sad. It shouldn't take that long to kill one zombie with that many bullets. He's still coming at me. This is like my 4th, 5th clip. Although I've scattered different he didn't get the full clip into him the whole time. But anyway, we're going now into the vertical map and just pap the gun. And now we're going to see if it's gotten any better with it being papped. And it is a little bit better, obviously, because it increases the damage up to about 20. Let's see, you get 14 and 7. It increases to 21 damage. Still not a lot, but better than what it was. And I'm also now carrying 60 rounds in the clip, which helps a lot. You don't run out of ammo and have to reload so often, because it takes 3.6 seconds to reload this gun. It takes a little bit of time, it slows you down. This time it could be spent shooting zombies. So, the reason I'm not dropping as often as these other kids is because I'm constantly moving. This is a strategy I talk about in my other videos if you watch any of my strategy videos. It's very important to keep moving. And it's very important also to turn and run from the zombies and not try to backpedal. Backpedaling actually slows you down. if you just turn away from the zombies and run away from them, you'll gain more ground and get more distance from them. And once you get away from them, then you can turn back around and shoot them from a distance. And I'm going to go up there and try to rescue these guys again. And first I'm going to grab this silver bullet so I can have twice as much damage to my gun. I'll be able to kill the zombies quicker in the process of reviving these guys. If they hold still. I don't understand why people do this so much. They see you, they're reviving them, and then they go and disappear. Now this girl just, I mean, she vanished. I have no idea where the hell she went. You don't even see her green triangle anymore. Just disappeared. Gone. Then she just pops out. Somehow she fell through the floor, I think, and was underneath the floor inside that ramp. And then she just popped out of there. Which I've never seen that before. That was weird. So she's being nice. She's sitting still so I can revive her. Now, because the first time she realized, hey, he was reviving me and I moved and he stopped reviving me. Alright, so now we're moving on to the AUG A3. Again, only damage of 14, 3.25 seconds to reload, but it has 700 rounds in reserve. So this guy ended up at the top of the machine guns because he had so much ammo and a quicker reload speed, and the fire rate was quicker. So most of the statistics on this guy here was better than the other machine guns. But still, you know, not too impressive overall. But he is taking zombies down. So I'm bopping around here trying to get to, I had to get away from the turrets, because the turrets were taking down zombies and killing them. And I wanted to see the damage of the gun by itself in killing zombies without having the assistance of the turret. You see it does take quite a few rounds, and again it's only a 30 round clip like the other machine guns. You don't get the extra rounds until you pap it. It'll double the amount of rounds you can hold in your clip. So I'm almost constantly reloading. But it is a quicker reloading gun than the other machine guns. It was a little bit faster. Not as fast as some in Tier 1. And you'll see if you go to the chart at the end of the video, I stack them both side by side, all in the same chart. And most of the Tier 1 machine guns stack better or higher up on the chart than the Tier 2. And it's mainly because they reload quicker. And that's a factor that's important. And they also have quicker fire rates. Most of the Tier 1 guns have fire rates of 750 or even 800. Where these guns are like 700 or 600. They're lower fire rates. So now it's papped. Got another 50% boost in damage, which boosts it up to 21. And more ammo in the clip. And carry 60 rounds now in the clip. Now what I'm doing here is a strategy which I recommend. Also, which I may not have really mentioned in any of my other videos, but what I do is I just run past the zombies and just look for zombies in front of me and just shoot the ones that are in front of me as I'm running. Try to keep moving, keep motion going to keep the ones behind you from catching up to you, and shoot the ones in front of you and not even worry about the ones behind you. Unless you get an opening, you can turn around and just take some shots at them. But most of the time here I just spend shooting the ones that I can see in front of me and not looking back. Because if you're going forward, you're actually going faster than if you pedal backwards. And it helps you keep a safer distance from the zombies if you just shoot the ones and keep running forward and shoot the ones in front of you. So we're going to go to the next gun. We're going to look at this guy here, which is my favorite of the Tier 2 guns. Damage is only 11, but its reloads, actually reloading is kind of slow, 3.92, but it has a really high fire rate of 950, and it holds more ammo than most of the others. It has 40 in the chamber with 640 in reserve. So that's what boosted this gun up to the top of the chart, is the additional ammo and the fire rate. as you see, if you look at the chart, his damage was lower at 2.2 compared to 2.8. And his reload speed was slower, 4.1 compared to 5.5 and 4.8. But because of his the fire rate being so really high, at 950 rounds per minute, it made it a more effective weapon in killing zombies. And I actually noticed it in the game. Playing with this gun, you can actually tell that it is stronger than the other guns when you combine all the factors together. Another thing too, if you want to save time, and I actually haven't mentioned this, though everybody probably knows it already, but if you want to save time on reload, don't shoot it till it actually runs out of ammo. Just keep an eye on the ammo. When you get low, just hit the R key and reload the gun, and it reloads a lot quicker if you just hit the R key. And the difference is, you see that last, after he pops the clip in, the weapon gets cocked. See, they pop the clip in and then cock it. And that's what slows the gun down and makes the reload a lot longer. If you just hit the R key before running out of ammo, it just pops a new clip in and it doesn't do the reload. Or it doesn't have to chamber the rounds because you already have a round in the chamber. So you save time there. It just about cuts the time in half if you can. Well, it saves like a whole second anyway if you can hit the R key before you run out of ammo. So now I'm going up here. I'm going to pap the gun. And you see my gun in my chamber now pops up to 80 rounds, which is more than the other machine guns in this tier, except for the PKP, which holds 100 rounds. So it goes up to 200. And we now have a boost in 50% boost in ammo, which boosts it up only to from 11 and adds it like another 5.5. So you get up to like 16, 17 damage ratio. But it's the speed at which those rounds are shot that come out of the gun is what does the damage. It fires a lot more rounds in the same time frame. And you see it's taking down the zombies pretty quickly. It's doing a really good job. So if I were to play with a tier 2 gun, this is the gun I would select. If not the big machine gun. I'm not sorry, not the big machine gun, but the big rifle. L96 Rifle is really the strongest gun. It's a really high damage rating of 138. And when you get that one papped, add another 50%. You're adding like almost another 70 damage points. You get it up over, it gets over 200 damage. You see it right here, 138 damage. Very slow reload. Very minimal ammo, but extremely powerful. And that power is what put this guy at the top of the chart. And you see it as I run through here, especially if you do headshots. It'll even take down one of the armored zombies in just one shot if it's a headshot. So it's a matter of, when you aim in the guns, any gun, you want to use those crosshairs, not the tip of the barrel. You see that little crosshair there, just a little bit up to the left. You want to get that right on the zombie in order to kill a zombie. If you run around pointing the tip of the barrel at the zombie, you'll miss him every time. So just remember that. Use the crosshairs. So there was an armored zombie. One shot took him down. Although he was one of the weaker ones. I think it still takes 3 shots to take down a pinhead. Another armored zombie dead with 1 shot. Very strong gun. For a low level gun, it's very strong. And it can fire. If you can get your crosshairs on a zombie, you can shoot all the way across this map and kill a zombie with it. So now I'm going to go up, I'm going to get my gun papped, get this gun papped. Get just a little bit extra ammo in the chamber and a lot more strength. So this is the last gun for Tier 2. We've gone through all 6. This one being the top of the chart, the strongest one, rated. And you can see why. It just takes these zombies down with one shot. Very strong gun. It'd be nice if it held more ammo in the chamber. That would be better. But it's extremely powerful. If you're good at aiming, I recommend you pick this gun over any other of the first 2 tiers. And we'll see how it stacks up to Tier 3 when I get through those guns. But you gotta have good aim because it has a very slow, it's a bolt action as you see, and it's very slow loading each round. So you don't get 2 or 3 tries to kill a zombie sometimes if he's close to you. You gotta get him on that first shot. And that guy turned just before I would have had him. If he kept going straight, I would have had him. So in close in like this, it's very difficult to aim really quick and get the zombies. You see I'm kind of struggling with it a little bit. That's when your machine guns come in handy in close in combat. But for long distance sniper shooting, man, this thing is, this one's the best so far. It's really great. Taking all these zombies down with one shot. So anyway, I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And leave comments. I really would like to hear or see more comments from people. I get very few comments. I really like to know what everybody thinks. Whether you like it or not, I don't mind. I just want to, you know, see some comments, maybe have a discussion about things. And catch me in the next one. I'm going to keep going with this as best I can. I'm going to do Tier 3 next. But here's the final chart where everything stacks up. And you see the MP7 came in 4. It's really for as far as automatic or semi-automatic guns, it's the top of the chart so far. The only ones that are better rated are the rifles, the 2 rifles, and the RPG. It's even better, just a little bit better than the shotgun from Tier 1. Yep, so thanks again for watching, I appreciate it. And I'm just going to let this run out for another minute or 2. And appreciate you watching it. And again, leave comments, give a thumbs up, subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.